Right.
You've been vice president, yes. 2006 to 2018. And now you say you want to be a president. You are 78. The man that is there, George Weah, he may be in the opposition party, but he belongs to a younger generation. What is the ambition? What's the proposition? Why do you think you need to go back there to help the people of Liberia?
Well, you know, I always say that whatever is chasing you, if it doesn't stop running, you can't stop running. Our country has not seen the kind of leadership that is needed to transform that country. And Mr. Weah is not a person to do it. We knew it, but we gave them the chance to take him. And now we know very well that it's not a test. We know for sure that Weah was not cut up for that. And so we cannot allow our country to degenerate further.
Well, how has Liberia degenerated under the leadership of President Weah? Although I understand he's been away since October watching football.
That's right.
In Qatar. But that can be the big problem. What exactly do you
And I did say that Mr. Weah's presence in the country and his absence were all the same, except that when he's absent, he takes the money away. Mr. Weah, we all know that he was not really cut up for this kind of job. Mr. Weah is doing exactly what he's cut up for. And Liberia, when we were in power, Liberia was removed from being a failed state to a country that was giving hope to the people. We put in better infrastructure. We were able to remove the stigma of a nation that was failing. And right now, you go to Liberia, people who know Liberia, the country has gone backward in every area. It's all corruption, stealing with impunity. A country that is, I call is on autopilot because there's no leadership. And we cannot continue to risk the future of unborn generation. Not to even mention the ones that are there, young people that just languishing. And so we need to rescue Liberia.
All right. We hear you that we need, or you need to rescue Liberia. What's your plan? I know we talked about the arrest, AREST. So can you detail how you hope to rescue Liberia?
I came with the arrest, and I didn't put 2 arrows because we didn't want to frighten anybody. Arrest, AREST. The immediate plan is to start with what most of the people know in the area I have been in, that is agriculture. Because in agriculture, 70 to 80% of our people, where we were able to raise their lives, produce marketing, where I came from, people were able to send their children to school. But we believe that agriculture will not do well if you don't have good roads. So we go to the R and we talk about roads. I think Mr. Weah misunderstood me when I said road number 1, road number 2, road number 3. I was not talking about this community roads and just for the sake of putting something maybe and making money. I'm talking about roads that are very strategic to development. Roads, farm-to-market roads that help to reduce prices because of the possibility of people moving with commodities and keeping prices low. Roads that are able for medical facilities, and even for education. Then I went to E. Arrest, education. The number of children that we had in school had dropped drastically. Firstly, because of the lack of good teachers, access to good schools, children sitting on the floor, and there's nobody that even has the feeling that life is beyond them. Then you go to the S sanitation. We are in developing country. We are not advanced in curative medicine. But if you keep the communities clean, if you take sanitation and keep the people in the rural community, you give them clean environment, and even in the urban area, if you go to Monrovia today, everywhere is garbage, everywhere. Good health starts with good environment. So then you talk about LRT tourism. Liberia has the possibility for tourism. And that tourism combined with the hospitality industry will create some jobs for the young people immediately. They'll be able to give opportunity to the rural community in the cottage industry. They'll be able to give the young people a job in the management of hotels and things that will give them the confidence that there is a future for them.
All right. So I would like to delve into the politics of Liberia, going back to the post-war politics of Liberia and how things are pretty much run. And a lot of people are also saying that you are part of the old guard. And why are you trying to run in a country that is largely dominated by young people? You served in Samuel Doe's government. And President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf couldn't openly endorse you while the elections went on and on, because it was stated that she come out to say that I'm not supporting any of the two candidates when he went to runoff before the incumbent president, George Weah, got in. So a lot of people are saying you're part of the old guard, and what is this vendetta? That things are not probably as you say they are, but they also agree to the fact that yes, there's been massive corruption and all of that, but what new are you going to bring to Liberia? Because you have part of the old guard. You've been in and out of the circle of power since '83, since the Doe time.
Yes, but I also have a record that goes with me. I served, and once I was asked that why can you do as president that you couldn't do as vice president, and I said, if you want to see a race car, you put it on the racetrack, not in the garage. As vice president, the Constitution is well unclosed to say the vice president presides over the Senate without a vote, except there's a tie. A vice president assists the president. To assist the president is a matter of choice, whether the president wants to be assisted or not. And my records show that I assisted the president very well. The fact that she went the way she went, well, she knows it better than I. But I belong to Liberia, that's my country, and I have a right constitutionally to run for president because I still believe that there are a lot I can offer that country that I have not been given the chance to do. And that's my right constitutionally.
Okay, sir, let me ask you this. Do you have the support of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? We have all of that issue when a road was commissioned, and the road you had superintended over it on the way to Lofa County, which is where you come from, okay? And she said, well, that just happened. She didn't know that the two senators would be there, and she was not endorsing anybody. But this time around, you are leading